Hello, Joy Olson here, BlockBuster Fundraising, and today is going to be such a fun daily tip on our countdown to 2016 fundraising. We only have 82 days left, and today's information is fun and exciting and spot on. So let's get started. This entire week we are looking at letters because you've got so many annual appeals going out, and content is strategically important, and you're going to love this new book, The Fundraisers Guide to Irresistible Communications. It's by Jeff Brooks and it is terrific. I love it and I think you should get it. Anyhow, Jeff Brooks points out that the writing style of successful fundraising is the result of decades of experience, and it is unique. Jeff says that the writing style of fundraising is so different that it can be a bit of a shock. If your experience is in standard business writing, he says it may be too casual, too personal, too urgent. And if you learn to write in a journalism class, you may find fundraising letters too repetitive, too subjective. And if your background is academic, you're going to find fundraising messy, emotional, and simplistic. And I think that this is really true. I know as a development director, my last development job, a new executive director took over, and he was from the newspaper business. And I thought, oh, this is going to be so much fun to have someone edit and look over my letters, because I'm sure they can use so much improvement. So I asked him if he would edit my first fundraising letter when he was on board, and he said he would, and he did. And when I looked at it, I just had to laugh. And I said, oh my gosh, if I sent this out, I don't think that we would get a dime in the door. And you know what? That became really a joke between the two of us. The more he learned about fundraising letters, so it is a different animal. Jeff says in fundraising, we know exactly how many donors respond to our messages. We know how much each one gave. We know how many gave again, how much and how often. So he says that we know our numbers and we know when we have to change things. And everything in his book has been tested and proven, and so it makes it really a compelling read. Okay, first of all, he says about our fundraising letters. They need to be urgent. The importance of being urgent cannot be overstated. You need to get the message out, that immediate action needs to be taken, even if it's December 31st. You need to let them know what's at stake, and you need to address that letter. You're talking to one donor, one person at a time. Jeff says that one of the main reasons that donors don't give is they think that their gifts don't matter. So you really want to tell one story. You want to speak to one person at a time, and you want to tell a particular story about one person. That your gift will feed a hungry person, or your gift will keep baby seals from being clubbed, or your gift will bring us much closer to a cure for cancer. Do not say your gift will fund our ongoing work. This makes their gift seem small and unimportant. Okay, you've written a great fundraising message. You've let your donor know that they have a role in making the world a better place, and they're getting excited about how much their gift matters. Now, what you want to do with this letter is make it easy to read. You want short words, short paragraphs, and the thought is that the very best grade level to aim for ease of reading is between 4th and 6th grade. So they say in fundraising that difference can spell success or failure. So that is important to consider in your annual appeal. Well, have you Agonized over whether it should be a long letter or a short letter? Well, hold on to your hat, because Jeff Brooks points out that long messages work better. He really kind of calls it his Aunt Ruth theory. He had a 79-year-old aunt who really loved to read the unsolicited letters. She didn't find them annoying at all. She felt that they were a connection to the people and causes that she cared about. Jeff points out that he hates long letters, but he's tested long against short many times, and in direct mail, the shorter message only does better about 10% of the time. So why? Why is a long letter better? And he's got a couple of theories. Number one, he calls it his Aunt Ruth theory, is that many donors just enjoy reading. So you got to keep that in mind. Not the younger generation, of course. They want text, but your more mature, your baby boomers, they like to read. And another theory is that they call it the multiple triggers theory, that some donors are likely to give when you help them visualize a life-threatening need, and that takes a longer message. And then last but not least, the hopscotch theory, that few people read everything you've written. They just kind of skip here and there, and they start where their eyes land. They bounce around. So the longer the letter, the better off you are. There is also a theory, the gravitas theory, that suggests that if the message is long, it may signal to donors that it is more important. But here in a long letter, what you need to do is use repetition. You do your introduction, why I'm writing to you, and then you put in an ask. Why your gift is so important today, and an ask. How much impact your gift is going to have, and an ask. A story, a great story that demonstrates the need and the impact, and then an ask. Remind the donor of their value and their connection to your cause, and then an ask. Another story, and an ask. Help the donor to visualize what will happen when they give, and then an ask. And then the conclusion, thank the donor for caring, and ask again. He says, you may think I'm exaggerating, but I'm not. If you're serious about raising funds, you really have to ask again and again. Well, Jeff points out that some people believe the era of long messages is ending. They say that the text, the 140-character tweets, and the changes in the way people are communicating just makes a long letter obsolete. But he says, so far, longer messages are holding their own. There are more Aunt Ruths out there on your donor list than you can imagine. So the important thing is this: base your results on what your donors tell you they want. So you're going to have to watch your actual donor behavior, but until you learn otherwise, he says, keep sending those long messages, and Aunt Ruth will certainly thank you. So thanks for being here today. Appreciate it. Hope that you got a big kick out of the Fundraisers Guide to Irresistible Communications. It's just a terrific read, and I think you'll learn so much from it. I'll try to share more tips. It's really enjoyable too. It makes you smile. I love to learn and smile at the same time. So I hope that this is helping you on our countdown to 2016 fundraising success. And we'll be here again tomorrow, and all week long we're concentrating on tips for your letters, for those annual appeals that are going to bring you blockbuster fundraising success. Thanks. Bye-bye.